Hey guys, Bryan Lebo here again with your July Las Vegas market update video. First things first, I want to apologize for not making a video last month, but today I'm going to recap what we missed since we did experience a pretty big change. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, first up, let's talk about sales. We sold 2,864 homes in May. Now this was huge, considering it resulted in an 11% increase over last May. Now, last month in June, we managed to sell 3,030 homes. Now, even though we sold more homes last month than in May, we're supposed to sell more in June. So even though we sold more homes in June, it was only a 6% increase over last June. Either way you cut it, sales are doing quite well. Now for everyone's favorite subject, median home prices. Now, before we get into the actual numbers, I want to frame the story. As you can see on the screen now, last year, the median price started off at about $200,000. Then between April and June, the market went up 10% to bring us to $220,000. Then values went down and stayed down for the rest of the year. Now let's cut to this year. As you know, before the media started picking up on the story that I had been preaching, that home values had really plateaued for a year straight at around $220,000. Now, when April came around this year, we saw no real appreciation. But as you can see on the screen now, May brought us a huge leap in median price. We went from $220,000 in April to $229,900 in May. Literally, in 1 month, our median price jumped up almost 5%. Now, unfortunately, last month in June, the median price only went up $100 to even it off at $230,000. So in the end, that puts us up 4.5% over last year's median price of $220,000. Okay, next up is the current inventory levels. As you can see on the screen now, we ended June with 7,327 homes on the market. But what does that mean? Well, I've heard a few people talk about how low the inventory has gotten and what that actually means. So let me add some perspective to that argument. At 7,327 homes, that is literally 8 more homes than we had on the market this time last year. Now, if we go back 2 years, it's 406 homes more than we had in June of 2014. So allow me to dispel those rumors once and for all. Next up is the breakdown of our current inventory. As you can see on the screen now, 7.2% of our inventory are short sales, only 3% of our inventory are foreclosures, and 89.8% are normal or traditional sales. Compared to last year, traditional sales are up about 3.4%. So almost all of that came from the reduction of short sales in our market. So last but not least, let's chat about foreclosure activity. Personally, I think we're so far away from foreclosures influencing our market that I would assume rather not even cover this topic. But a few of the viewers out there asked me to bring it back, so here you go. As you can see on the screen now, we ended May with 589 notices of default. This is pretty much in line with what we've seen for the past couple of years. The county is so behind that they still haven't even released half of the June numbers at the time of me doing this video. Either way you cut it, foreclosures are only 3% of our market, which means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme. So until I see the notice of defaults jump over 1,000 per month, I'm really not even counting on anything adversely affecting our market here. So let's wrap up what we learned and make some sense out of all this. Sales are brisk and up dramatically from last year. Median home prices jumped in May, but fell a little bit flat last month. Inventory is brutally consistent, and traditional sales are increasingly more dominant in our market due to increased home values and slow foreclosure activity. So what does all of this mean for us in the end? Well, I still think that we're right on track for what I expected. As I've stated all year, I think our market has just plateaued out. I really only expected to see normal appreciation this year. So historically normal appreciation in Las Vegas is about 3.5%. Right now we're up 4.5% over last year, which is great. But remember, this time last year we had peaked and then we started giving back $5,000 by the end of December. So although we're up to $230,000 for a median price right now, it's not unreasonable to think that we could end the year at $225,000 or so. While the low end of the market has gone through the roof this past year, I'm finally seeing those properties plateau off as well. Personally, I think this market is actually great. Sellers are becoming more realistic and rational. Buyers aren't as pressured as they have been in years past. So overall, I think this is actually a sustainable and healthy market for us. If you're looking to sell, just make sure your agent is marketing your property professionally. Make sure that you have professional photography for your listing. Make sure you have a video tour or anything else that can help you be competitive in this market. Now, if you're a buyer, it really just depends. While prices aren't really going anywhere, the low end of Summerlin and Green Valley is still pretty hot. Properties aren't sitting more than a week if they're priced right. So once you leave those two areas though, the market really slows down tremendously. Because homes are taking longer to sell, every now and then you can stumble across a motivated seller willing to make a deal for you. Looking for homes that have been sitting for a while is really a good option. So look for the homes with horrible pictures where you can barely tell what's going on. If the pictures make the house look undesirable to you, it's probably having the same effect on other buyers in this market. It might just be worth your while to go check it out in person. Just because the listing agent did a horrible job marketing the property doesn't always mean that it's in bad condition. It simply means that you don't have much competition to worry about if you do submit an offer. Anyways, that's it for this month's video update. Thank you so much for watching. Please click here to subscribe and have a fantastic July, everyone.